welcome guys to our Financial IT's first ever online event that hasn't happened on LinkedIn due to some technical problems, but this is a kind of a risk management, but we have quickly decided to record our great podcast like on Riverside. So the podcast will be focused on crypto regulation in Turkey, a crucial gathering for anyone looking to operate in Turkey's crypto sector. This event is designed to provide valuable insights into the regulatory landscape, guiding both new entrants and existing players in the market on how to navigate the complexities of the compliance. So we have like super great guests today. Ece ILDIR, a seasoned expert with over 18 years of experience in capital markets, banking and finance law. Ece brings a wealth of knowledge to the table. Her extensive background as a legal advisor to leading banks, markets and brokerage firms makes her uniquely qualified to offer guidance on the intricacies of Turkish crypto regulation. Ece specializes in tech law, finance law, blockchain, and crypto, and she has a proven track record of achieving extraordinary results. Welcome to our podcast, and thanks for your time, Ece.
Thank you for your nice introduction.
And our next speaker, super lovely, Ayşegül Şensoy, as the chairwoman of the Istanbul Blockchain Women Association and general manager of Fuse Finance. Ayşegül stands at the forefront of Turkish blockchain community with her leadership in promoting blockchain technology and fostering a supportive environment for women in the industry, provide strategic insights into the practical aspects of operating in Turkish crypto market. So let's start and welcome, girls.
Thanks a lot, Nadira. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. So the question starts with the following questions. Ece, can you kindly tell us, with your extensive experience in capital markets and finance law, how do you perceive the current regulatory landscape for cryptocurrencies in Turkey, and what are the most significant legal challenges that crypto companies face today?
I would like to start with the
sure
with the evolving of the government's attitude towards the cryptocurrency. In April 2021, the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey issued a regulation that banned the use of cryptocurrencies and crypto assets for payments. This regulation prohibited the direct or indirect use of cryptocurrencies in payments and payment services. The ban was motivated by concerns about the risk associated with cryptocurrencies, including volatility, illicit activities, and the lack of regulatory oversight. It was a clear indication of Turkish government's cautious approach, viewing cryptocurrencies more as a potential threat than an opportunity. Following the regulation, Turkey began to increase interest in further regulation to cryptocurrency space. During this period, Turkish government indicated the comprehensive crypto legislation was in development. And by 2023, Turkey has moved closer to establishing a comprehensive legal framework for cryptocurrencies, and there was an unofficial draft legislation circulated which aimed to introduce more stringent regulations, including licensing requirements, crypto exchange, know your customer, and anti-money laundering obligations, and potentially tax on cryptocurrencies. And then, 2nd of July 2024, the law amending the capital market law came into effect. So now on, we can say that there is a framework for cryptocurrencies, currency regulation in Turkey now. The structured regulatory approach could pave the way of adoption of blockchain technology in Turkey. So the newly enacted regulation on cryptocurrency, which has been introduced by making amendments for capital market law, that is no longer a draft, but now in force. And the key principles outlined this legislation are there are licensing requirements, legislation mandates that all crypto asset service providers, including exchange, wallet providers and custodians obtain a license from the Capital Market Board. This requirement ensures that only valid approved entities can operate the market, enhancing consumer trust and security. And also there is a capital requirement, a minimum capital level, which is now 50 million Turkish liras, ensuring that they have the financial resources to operate safely and manage the potential risk.
Wow.
And this would likely increase the entry barriers for new players, potentially reducing the number of crypto asset service providers, but increasing the overall stability of the market. And we can speak about know your customer and anti-money laundering obligations. Now, crypto asset service providers have to KYC compliance, AML reporting, and consumer protection rules. Because crypto asset service providers must provide clear and transparent information to consumer regarding the risk associated with the crypto assets. This includes disclosing potential volatility, security risk, and unregulated nature of the certain aspects of crypto market. And also likely to be required to segregate the client funds from operational funds, ensuring that customer assets are protected in the event of insolvency and operational failure, we can say. Identification verification is required, and also an individual responsible for compliance must be appointed for identification verification. Also suspicious transaction reporting, and perhaps we can say adherence to MASAC procedures. MASAC notifications must be made, and company must monitor reports that could consider suspicious transactions under the MASAC guidelines. Company must have policies and procedures in place of the purpose. We can summarize like that.
Wow, okay, that's like a pretty huge, I can say, the changes happening. But what about those existing companies, crypto-related companies? What they should do? They should just also reapply or just from scratch for the license?
I'd like to tell the licensing requirements first. The Capital Market Board determines the criteria for crypto asset service providers regarding the partners, managers, personnels, organization information system, technological infrastructure, share transfer activities, suspension of activities, also compliance during their operations and obligations. The companies establish internal control units and systems to manage and operate their systems. It's mandatory for corporate founding partners of the crypto asset service providers who directly or indirectly represent 10% of more of the capital or voting rights, as well as those with privileged shares granting the right to be represented on the board of directors if they hold less than this percentage to meet the qualification required of the founders. The same conditions apply to change in the partnership structure after establishment. Why I'm telling that? Because the persons who conduct sales and distribution in violation of the regulation will be penalized by Capital Market Board sections titled measures to be applied in case of illegal issues and non-compliance with information and explanation in the prospectus, measures to applied in cases of issues, illegal transaction and transaction reducing capital asset, and unlawful public offering and unauthorized capital market activities. These are the communiques of the capital market boards. This law, amending the capital market law, came into effect the 2nd July, and within 30 days, entities wishing to continue their activities already submit a declaration to capital market board indicating their intent to continue their operations within the scope of the application document also announced by the board. Entities submitted the board of capital market board, the board of director decision to continue operations, and reflecting these intent details of the partnership structure. If partners are legal entities, details of the related companies, partnership structure, capital, and whether it is involved in any significant lawsuit, criminal record, or document providing no bankruptcy, and residence certificate of the officers, company article of associations, and organizational chart, financial crimes investigation board, I mean MASAC notifications, internal policies and procedures, and documents providing they are operational. So they already submitted. If these entities doesn't want to wish to continue their operations, must submit a declaration stating that they will liquidate the company within 3 months and will not take on new customers. Also, advertising and marketing activities without obtaining an operating permit in Turkey are not permitted. And Capital Market Board has the right to block access the websites and can also file like criminal complaints due to these unauthorized operations.
So meaning that now the market will kind of consolidate all the existing startups and companies that having this digital asset operations, right?
Yeah, I can take the word from here.
I mean,
yeah, presenting an existing company in the Turkish market and following very closely this regulation. Like first, as a company represent and also an ecosystem leader, we have been waiting for this regulation for a very long time. Like for more than 4 years, all companies, everybody in the system is waiting for this regulation. Who are supporting the regulation? Of course, there are some other companies who doesn't want any regulation. However, at some point, because we have more than hundreds of exchanges in Turkey and like 10 to 15 million, nobody knows the exact number, million individual customers, Turkish became one of the largest markets worldwide. So the regulation is like a must for the players who want to do this, be in this ecosystem in a proper way. So we are so happy that we have this regulation. However, it comes so quick. As Ece said in a very detailed and very nice way, that the regulation published in 1 day and they gave 30 days to all players in the market to apply and just give all the documentation what government wants. And then within this 30 days, they published another regulation and detailing the minimum capital requirement and all other details. And most of the players were not ready for that because almost like 70-80% of these players are foreign players. So they don't know about capital market boards. They don't know about MASAC. MASAC is the financial investigation service in Turkey. So now it's a little bit chaotic in Turkey. So everybody try to get the right information. So Ece is the very right address to get this information. And on the other side, like us, for example, I represent a foreign company who born in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and we have a license in Abu Dhabi. Now the licensing process in Turkey is a little bit different because government wants you to act like a financial company, which we are coming from Web3. We don't know, not we as Fuse, but most of the companies don't know about these rules. So all Ece is explaining. Now everybody is trying to get ready to be a proper player in the market. So now I think the game will be changing. As you said, there will be some mergers and some new players in the market. We will not be seeing the existing players if they cannot get license. There is a list, there's a temporary list from capital market boards showing that these applications have been accepted, but investigation is going on. So this is not a license. So the list we see on the market, which is around 74 companies, is not the list of the players who will get licensed. So now we are in the phase of this transaction between the unlicensed to licensed ecosystem, licensed market, actually.
Thanks a lot for your feedback. Don't you think that Ayşegül and Ece, it will be a kind of maybe a big impulse of those like international companies who gonna leave the country, just like so they don't have like sufficient expertise, as you said, the knowledge, and it's like a bit kind of super difficult to comply with this recent regulations in
Let
crypto.
me have this. Ece will be explaining in much more proper way. For me, whoever wants to work in a proper way in Turkey within the laws, I think it's not very complicated. It's aligned with our actual financial rules and laws. So government wants to protect the investors. Government wants to know who is selling any of its product to Turkish citizens. And also you need good consultants, good law office, and good workers in the company in Turkey. If you just provide all those, I think it's not so complicated and it's not so different from other jurisdictions around the world. Just some rules are different, but the regulator just wants you to obey the rules and be a proper player in the market.
Yeah. And I think that it's like a kind of avoiding the cases like Todex, Bitcoin, for example, right? So like biggest scam that happened in Turkey, just like to prevent the consumers from such cases in the future, right?
Yeah, that's true. And there are stricter regulations on foreign platforms because foreign crypto asset service providers must comply with Turkish licensing requirements, local AML and KYC regulations, and ensure they meet the stringent standards set by Turkish regulators. Failure to comply could result in penalties, including fines, bans, or blocking of access to Turkish customers. As you said, it is a kind of a barrier. The need to obtain a license from Capital Market Board and meet Turkish regulatory standards could act as a barrier to entry the foreign crypto asset providers, service providers. This is particularly challenging for smaller and newer platforms. But still, Turkey represents a significant market opportunity. With a large and increasingly tech-savvy population, there is substantial potential for growth in crypto adoptions. Aligning with MiCA rules could make it easier for EU-based crypto asset service providers expanding to Turkey, leveraging the harmonized regulations to streamline operations. Also, cross-border crypto asset service providers may explore partnership with local Turkish firms to better navigate the regulatory environment. This partnership could involve sharing resources, co-developing products, or creating joint ventures that combine local market knowledge with international expertise. And speaking about this Turkish regulation, we have to speak about MiCA. MiCA is European Union market in crypto assets framework, presents both challenges and opportunities to crypto assets service providers. Evolving regulatory landscape in Turkey, driven by its aim for harmonizing with EU, will impact how operates, especially cross-border activities. And this MiCA framework is comprehensive, covering various aspects of crypto asset regulation, including consumer protection, market integrity, licensing of service providers as Turkey. By aligning with MiCA, Turkey aims to create a regulatory environment that is consistent with international standards, thereby facilitating the cross-border operations and attracting foreign investments. And harmonizing to MiCA will likely involve Turkey adopting best practices in the area, such anti-money laundering, consumer product and market surveillance. This alignment also includes adopting EU's approach to classify and regulate the different types of crypto assets, such as utility tokens, security tokens, or stable coins. We can say also Turkey could provide. I'm listening.
Yeah, I also think so. It's like definitely a kind of a prevention of the consumer rights, meaning that now there will be more regulatory landscape for all of these existing companies and new crypto related companies who wants to get a license. But what is the time frame for those licenses? Like, for example, as an entity, I want to make business in, let's say, and let's say from the very beginning, like from the initiation of application process, and when I'm gonna get my license approved, and then I can start like working, etc.
You can apply for crypto asset service provided. It's the main application. And if you're a platform, you have to apply for giving platform services. I mean, crypto markets as being a crypto market. And if you want to be a custodian, you have to apply as a custodian. It's not in this regulation. It's not arranged now, but we are still waiting the secondary legislations, and we will be waiting, I think, on February 2025. We will have the secondary legislations into effect.
Okay, wow, that's amazing.
That's true.
Okay, and do you see, Ece, now there is a like big request from other like so international players or so locally established companies? Like, what is your opinion about this?
The foreign crypto asset providers in Turkey also existed, and also many markets are has already established and has already customers in Turkey. But before this legislation, 1 or 2 months ago, before the legislation come into force, they learned and they already established the companies in Turkey, so they applied. After but as Ayşegül said, after the secondary legislation, if they are not existing now, they didn't establish the company in Turkey. After the secondary legislation come to effect, after they have to establish and they have to apply for all documents and all the requirements for license.
Okay. And also one important thing regarding the shared capital, is it like should be like locked, or you're gonna show it and then you can use it for your own operations? So like regulator, like you said, like so it's gonna be kind of a deposited and you'll forget about this money until you are making your business. How does it work?
It's a deposit. When you are going to capital market for the application, you have to take a bank letter about that deposit and show the capital market board. Yes, this is the letter. I also deposit this minimum capital requirement to bank. I put the money to bank, and after getting the license, you can use this capital for your operations. But before getting the license, you cannot use.
Okay, wow. And you think that? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, ecosystem is speaking about 100 million Turkish liras for custodian and also platforms.
Okay, wow, that's impressive, to be honest. What is the feedback on the market? Like, so after this regulations, all of this, like professional traders, like entrepreneurs, owners of the like businesses, etc. Are they kind of happy that finally regulation just came out and now we can start business? Or how does it like? How is it working now? Like the feedbacks from the market.
Yeah, I think ecosystem will be expand and enlarge because many players. It's a secure box now, secure area, because regulated and with a capital market board and They will see all activities. They will watch all activities. This means I think that there will be many actors will be a player in the ecosystem. But if there is a taxation for incoming, perhaps the investors goes because of the taxation.
Yeah, I mean tax, like corporate tax is around like 24%.
Not corporate tax, I mean income tax. For the funds and for your income, for your profit. Yeah, unfortunately. But now there is no taxation for cryptocurrencies. That means it's a good investment instrument now. But if there is a taxation for this financial instrument, so many people sell and doesn't want to invest cryptocurrencies. You know,
So you are
cryptocurrency is not a...
Yeah, go ahead.
Which one? Ayşegül, you were saying something.
Yeah. So yeah, Ece, you are saying, thanks a lot, Ayşegül. No, I mean, definitely, I think that we are seeing more positive feedback because of inflation as well in Turkey. So crypto market is much more demanding, I think. So like I can see that every second citizen in Turkey, they are in crypto. They are trading, they are doing some operations related to crypto. And regarding taxation, you are saying that so this part of sector of business, like crypto related projects, if they have like income, there is no any tax on this? I didn't get it.
Now there is no income tax.
Okay.
But there's a tax for selling, and when you sell or buy there's a commission, not tax. There's a commission that you are paying to crypto platform.
Okay, I got it.
If you summarize, there's no any profit from crypto investment could be subject to taxation now, but future regulations we don't know yet. And also about the portfolio review, there is a transaction tax on trades can be linked to the foreign exchange tax in Turkey. And also not from the side of investor, from side of crypto asset service provider. With this legislation, there is also a licensing fee, but there is a operational compliance cost. That is the crypto assets service providers will pay a fee annually for licensing and for continuing their activities.
Okay, that's okay. It's like kind of a shared economy. So and what you also mentioned, Ayşegül, that now there is a limit for the application as well. They cannot like accept like limitless applications, right? So there is some kind of a limit on the companies that who wants to apply for this.
2nd of August, yeah.
Wow.
Up to 300, yeah.
Oh, okay, so this is amazing. But anyways, this is like a first steps of adopting this regulation, and we'll see like so after being applied and submitted. Anyways, I think that we need like more than 1 year, and after that, like I think that we can make some kind of feedback. You can share some feedback on this, right? So okay. Thanks a lot, Ece. Ayşegül, the last question for you. As being a chairwoman of Istanbul Women Blockchain Association, what is your main role and what is the philosophy behind it? The second question of Ece, and what is your own opinion regarding this regulation? And and you are open also for helping more international startups to be compliant with this current regulatory framework, right? So yeah, Ayşegül, you can start. Yeah, amazing statement. Thanks a lot, Ayşegül. Wow, impressive.
And
Ece.
for me, the structured regulatory approach could pave the way for adoption of blockchain technology in Turkey by establishing clear rules. Government might encourage innovation in blockchain applications beyond cryptocurrencies, such as in supply chain management, digital identity, and public administration. Also, we can now cryptocurrencies is an investment instrument, but we don't it's prohibited for using payment methods. But perhaps the next generation in next years we can use the cryptocurrencies for payment methods, and there is no legislation about security tokens in Turkey, means for using stocks, for using the real estate. Perhaps with the secondary legislation we can use security tokens. And also there are utility tokens, perhaps the entrepreneurs can work on utility tokens. In summary, Turkey's approach for cryptocurrencies has evolved from initial skepticism to more structured regulatory stance with a potential future that balances regulation with innovation in blockchain technology, I think.
Amazing. This is like really insightful feedback. To be honest, I couldn't find too much information on the internet as well regarding this crypto regulation in Turkey. There are lots of rumors and lots of talks, but anyways, now I have like more clear understanding, and I really hope that more and more prominent companies will come to Turkey and start their own business under the regulatory framework, and no one will lose their money, and everything will be in a secure, in a regulatory framework. And also, I really wish you, girlies, just to have the prospect to have more successful moments within your women's blockchain association. This is really impressive, and thanks a lot for stressing out that Ayşegül. So it's not only about women; it's about it's actually establishing a connection, a healthy bridge and relationship between women and men. But definitely, we should help each other. Without each other, we cannot survive and build such a great future. Yeah, thanks a lot. And thanks for joining at Financial IT.